Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 actually of our Let's Play series of We the Revolution. This has been a really long wait for this episode, and the main reason is because I had played this game on my old PC, but I didn't switch it over to the new one. So the problem is that I kind of had to. It's just been crazy this past few months. I've been with the schedule and everything, and I've kind of been a bit demoralized with YouTube, I gotta be a bit honest, and so I kind of fell out of the loop of recording, but I'm trying to kind of, force my way back into it and maybe kind of get going again. Today the people of Paris commemorate Jacques Guillaume Simoneau, mayor of Etampes, Etame, I don't know. He was lynched by a furious mob for performing his duties to France. This march shall symbolize the unity of our society, and the hope that the most violent stage of the revolution is past us. Just a quick hint. It's not past you. Let us make sure that no other loyal servant of France becomes a victim of such hatred ever again. There are going to be plenty of victims. Alright, so Simoneau was good, loyal officer. Those bastards lynched him for observing the law. Will you join me at the march? Sure, let's join him. I wonder why the king has taken the trouble to show up. Louis XVI marching arm in arm with the people of Paris. That is unexpected. King Louis. Continue, please. I am merely an observer. Do not change your habits for me. I heard a thing or two about a young and ambitious judge of the tribunal. I was curious whether he is guided by justice or by entertainment, as some would say. Yeah, the thing is that he's kind of got a reputation for being a drunkard. Okay, so, new case. Who is this man who stands before the trial? He is Nathan Desiro, the defendant of Olivier Moulier, I don't know, 65-year-old master locksmith who is famed among Parisian burglars as an expert in unopenable locks. Alright, so, let's see. The evidence is a map of Paris. I'd say the series of burglaries is a course of events. The lock construction. Offender's personality. Master locksmith. Marks on the map. I'm guessing is evidence. Famous thief is extenuating circumstances. Oh, that was incorrect. Okay. A drunken evening is a course of events. Master locksmith is course of events. I think it's actually no. I think lock construction is course of events. Master locksmith is evidence. Nope. Actually, I think it's a extenuating circumstance. Yes. And the famous thief is evidence. Alright, there we go. So we got all the questions we need for this guy. So let us ask away. It looks like the revolutionaries want him in prison, and the common folk want him acquitted. So that's something to keep in mind with the politics here. Robbing the bourgeoisie is no crime. According to the case file, you're a citizen Olivier Moulier. Is that correct? Indeed it is, Monsieur le Juge. May I have a request? I would like to sit down. I'm an old man, you see. Basic respect for the judiciary requires that you remain standing. Do the names Salon, Rude, and Rue mean anything to you? Why are you so determined to harass an old man? They sound like the names of my debtors. Debtors, they are the victims of activities you conducted. You mean locksmithing? Okay, so let's ask some questions. Influence on the jury's opinion. Okay, so let us, you're commissioned by the victims to make chest locks. It was me, naturally, and all in agreement with the contract. My job was to prepare and install the locks, and the employer was only to come and see whether the work was complimented and pay, of course. Carried out at your workshop. No, on the site. None of those idlers bothered to deliver the chunks to my workshop, so I had to strain my old leg. Does that mean you knew the addresses of the victims? Alright, so he knows where they were. Do you know Hector before? This is the first time I heard the name. As you were seen draining several bottles of wine together at the Ginger Margaret Inn. Is that a crime? No, but the question is, why are you denying it now? Was your drinking spree just a deception for disguising the burglary? Nobody I had a drink with introduced me themselves as Hector. I didn't plan any heist with a Hector, Victor, or Hugo. I'm a locksmith and I earn good money from it. Burglaries are for vagrants without a job. Okay, do you recognize this map? No, I don't recall ever seeing it before. Salon claims that you have given this map as advance payments for your services. That wicked wretch of a second-rate merchant. He gave me a scrap of paper as payment for making 3 locks. It says it's supposed to be worth more than 3,000 francs he owes me. This map does belong to you. It doesn't. So where is the map that you received from Citizen Salon? I lost it, but it wasn't even worth a loaf of bread, so I surely wouldn't shed a tear. But if you have it, maybe you stole it from me. You'd better make a note that Oliver Moulet demands remuneration from those locks. Okay. How much did you charge for your services? 3,000 francs. If you were a master locksmith, you charged that much too. This is quite a substantial fee. That's how much it costs to have a high-quality locks that made by a master with nearly 50 years of experience, and those bastards never paid me a single franc. Okay. I'm starting to think this guy's somewhat innocent, because, it looks like he's getting scammed. Rumor has it that you're one of the, did you give Hector Vion the map? I gave nothing to Achilles, Hector, or any other Greek. All in the witnesses, Citizen Jean Rude. You will not speak unless called upon. Naturally, of course. What went missing during the burglary? Also, he will not say it himself, and I do not want to go to prison. It was the letters he had exchanged over the years with King Louis. Some monarchist. Some monarchist guy, I guess. Or some guy who was close to the king. Salon did not lose a thing. He shot that vermin in the act. That is what he said. What happened to the items he had stolen? That still remains unknown. According to Salon, Hector had nothing with him. Ferdinand suspects he had hidden the other valuables somewhere. He hid the other items before robbing the last house. You look upset. What are you afraid of? What? I do not want to go to prison, and Salon said that if I were to talk nonsense in court, I'd be sentenced to a few years. Is that true? No, well, he might have offered some suggestions. Oh, boy. Sometimes struggle to make sense. Okay. I'm starting to think this guy's innocent, honestly. Because, yeah, that's a little iffy. That whole, you know, instruct me on what to say, or give me some suggestions on what to say while in court. Not the best thing. So we're gonna go with, did Hector Vion tell you? I understand what you're implying, but consider this. If he sold the secret of my locks, then my business would be over. Word spread fast among. You know what? I think this is good enough proof. I am going to acquit him. Common folk want him, revolution of acquitting the defendant. They find him innocent. I'm going to acquit him. Quite frankly, I think he's innocent. For Citizen Olivier, Moulier is not guilty. Lead the defendant away. Be honest, this does bear the marks of social justice. They would not pay him, so he had them robbed. There is balance here. Wait, to be honest, this does bear the marks of social justice. They would not pay him, so he had them robbed. There is balance here.
King Louis XVI. There were people who truly loved him. He reminded the French they had noble ancestors. Do not be manipulated by people who are not bearing the burden of responsibility. This saddened me. Someone had advised him to say that. Someone who was well aware of the cold, inevitable wind of change. I did not pity the king, but those who will come after him, as they will not have great ancestors.
Oh shit, you know, things are heating up in France here. Okay, the one of us. Frenchmen marched into the streets of Paris side by side, one line after another, to commemorate Jacques Guillaume Simoneau. Oh yeah, that was the guy that we went out and marched. He was murdered by a furious mob, punished for a law he did not enact, but was obliged to observe. Freedom of speech killed him. If we understand this as the right to cast stones, to show one's discontent, the right to murder people because you deem them responsible for your miserable life, surely the people of Paris would prefer if we said that nothing happened. We got 1 endorsement from the revolutionary and 3 minus 3 from the angry mob. Okay. Your son is rather good with the viola. He is both talented and enthusiastic. Man, I do like this art style. I've kind of, I was playing through the little bit before to get to this point, and yeah, I must say it is really, like, it's very, fluent, you know, it's very fluid. Like, it works really well. It's not like jerky or anything, so really good animation. I would prefer that he was enthusiastic about the law books I give him. Maybe his destiny is to become an artist, not a... Mother likes to hear me playing, and there is nothing more boring than law. See, he would rather let his career rely on the humors of the people. There are many ways to rescue France. Believe me, our country desperately needs something to ennoble it. The power is in the hands of simple, illiterate people. Let him rescue their souls with music. That is better than boring laws and clauses. See what you're doing? You're spoiling my child. I do not have my own children to spoil, so I'm focusing on yours. Speaking of which... What? Okay, so, Simoneau, you attended the parade in memory of the lynched official. So what happens here? Get some respect, but we're losing respect with Mathilde and Bernard, but we are gaining with the father. I think that's his dad, his youngest son, his older son, and the wife.
That is our new symbol of freedom. You can still smell the fresh wood.
Do you feel free looking at it?
Individuals like us do not need symbols, but France does. Did you hear the news of the day? People are running around like headless chickens and yelling about Louis and his entourage escaping Paris.
So, we will not be enjoying the aroma of fresh wood for long.
Monuments like that are not installed solely for the purpose of punishing thieves or lesser aristocrats.
Do you think it wants to taste royal blood?
Louis's flight was a stupid move, yet it seems it was planned. One of us will sacrifice him. That is, if they catch him.
Is that why Louis visited us at the court? To manipulate us?
Maybe deep in his heart he felt what the builders of the guillotine did. That someone has to be exposed as a traitor, even if there is none.
I should warn you that I am uncompromising, although I hope Antoine Tinville. I don't know who that is. So, although I hope that we quickly find common ground, in happy news, the construction of the guillotine has been finished. Oh my, that is... Man, that is depressing if that's happy news. Yes, we have seen it. The king has gone. Treason. Anyone with information about his whereabouts should immediately disclose it to the authorities. Robespierre. Oh boy, things are really gonna be heating up in France. I can tell you that much. Alright, so I'm gonna end the episode here. So I hope you have enjoyed the second installment of our return to We the Revolution. So hopefully I will see you guys in the next installment.